is the trash talk between these two teams. They are going to get loud. Scrism, we've seen him screaming his absolute head off, losing his voice, telling other players that they're bots.
Yep. And then you got Hopi basically repeating the exact same words.
Exactly.
And then on the flip side, there's like an additional player. You know, they got 2 loud players on Prodigy, and everyone except for Claw will get vocalized on the team of Rebellious. It's going to be a loud series regardless, but let's get into the action. It's going to be game number 1 of one of the most exciting series coming into it. The story has been told, and the gameplay is underway. Hopi on your screens.
He's going to be trying to get some shots down in towards Showers. He's going to get cleaned up by Chilean pretty early on here, and I'll swap over to Chilean to see how he reacts after that first kill. Can he get a second on the staircase? Not going to happen there, but he does get hill control here, so Rebellious. They've started off hot, they've got good spawns, and they're pushing on forward. Chilean finally getting taken out there. Claw and Co are just trying to establish a little bit of control. Meanwhile, Prodigy, they're pushing in, making things happen. Rixie, he's trying, vouching for a kill on top of that hill, but Hopi is not giving it up.
Hopi getting important gunfights. His 3rd one on the score, shaky shots. That is very similar to what I saw in his Unveil Nova series at the start. It took about halfway into the hard point before he actually started to heat up and make the intense and interesting plays that we love to watch on him. As soon as he started to get that warm shot, he absolutely slayed. Like, the Search and Destroy was a blowout. The uplink, let's not discuss it. Squism on your screens right now. The only one was the majority of time for his team, but it's good to see after the first hard point, both teams getting a somewhat decent amount of time.
Right now, Rebellious, they've got complete control out of a cell block. Rixie, he's going to be the first line of defense on this outside Showers wall run. Meanwhile, a couple of players from Prodigy are trying to push him behind. I'm going to swap over to Gaidra here. He finds one kill on towards Claw there. So now they know his position. He is going to be sneaking up from behind, trying to get some kills inside of this hard point. And so far, he's been able to find one. So a good start from him. His teammates coming in from that wall run. And now Rebellious, they have to be careful about players coming from every angle here. They're getting pinched inside of this hard point, and that's going to be the break from Prodigy.
Yeah, Gaidra holding those spawns worked out well for his team, but it did allow Rebellious to actually get closer spawns for the rotation to Graveyard. So now they have a fantastic setup, and it's starting to show in that kill feed as they do get the picks. It's all up to Prodigy Esports to break the setup, but Claw is just going to shut that plan down. It was a nice double. We talked about him in the pre-game. Let's actually watch him. I want to see him go off on this stage.
Claw, he's been doing very well today to start things off, especially in our previous series, and in that Search and Destroy, he was lights out, but there, getting shut down, 5 kills for 4 for him. Rixie, really a slow start from him, 2 for 4. The man hasn't really got off the rock as yet, but he does have the most hard point time for his team, so doing the objective work right now.
He's happy to just die in the hard point as long as he's getting those seconds for his team. They're just broken 50 points, and it's safe to say that is because he's spending so much in it. Gaidra has picked up score streaks. That's going to be a huge factor coming into the next commissary hard point in case they don't get a huge double 7 kill streak was gained by him. Prodigy, they're keeping this one a really close game. It's 60 points apiece.
Rixie, he's going to be vouching for these spawns for the commissary hard point right now. A couple of players from Prodigy are going to try and rotate in time to gain them early, but it's not probably going to happen. Let's swap over to Hopi, see what he can do here. Finds Rixie in the back, and now he needs to push up and get those spawns. 2 players from Rebellious going to be trying to push him from the middle of the map. The first one of that going to be Beaston. Now the Scarab comes out, gets body blocked, doesn't see the player on the outside wall run, does get a kill from it, so a good start from him. Gaidra, though, going to get shut down by Beaston, and Scrism cleans up that kill.
Prodigy had a good setup, but the 4-man push from Rebellious did the job. Regaining it, it will be Scrism. Doesn't get the second kill. Chile makes him play for it, and he is having a fantastic map so far. He's just picked up his 12th kill, only 8 deaths, and Rebellious want to bring it back to an equal scoreline. What a back and forth hard point we are already seeing.
So far, Chileans is playing absolutely out of his mind here. He wants to bring the fire. He is absolutely one of the best players on this team. He's been slaying like crazy all event long, carrying his team for the most part, but now he needs them to gather around him and support him in this quest. They do have 92 points. They've taken the lead by a small margin here, and as the hill will be rotating back into the middle of the map, it seems like Prodigy have most of the mid control there. Chilean going down. That's the flank cut off, and Prodigy should get a fair few seconds on this hill.
James, we've just seen the first full rotation of the map. It's close on the scoreboard. Have you taken anything away from these first few minutes of gameplay so far?
Well, this is the type of thing that we can see from Breakout so often. It's either a blowout or very, very close, and this is seeming to be the latter, and I love it. Rebellious and Prodigy, they're going head-to-head. Killerpie is going to be pushing out of the showers here, hoping he can get the gun down onto onto Rixie. Not going to happen. Rixie finally doing well. That's a 3 down there for Prodigy, so that means that Rebellious can get control once again in the middle of the map. That was by Claw. The man has started to heat up a bit. He's trying to match his teammate of Chilean. 10 for 10 he is going so far. Chilean, though, still staying ahead of the game. The most kills in the lobby, and make this another one. He now has his overdrive, pops it immediately.
Oh,
he's going to be
nice.
going on for a little bit of a jog here. Can he get the kill there? With so little to hit, he manages to get the kill, and that is just the skill and experience from this man.
Yeah, but Rixie spawned so far out. Chilean actually has no support. Claw needs to stay alive if his team want to be able to get the first few points of this new hard point. He's got support now as Rebellious starting to group and push into this one. Will Prodigy be able to hold it off? It looks like they will be able to do so. A team kill coming in, unfortunately, for Rebellious. And that did hurt them in the end. Somehow, Rebellious still actually have control of the hard point.
Claw staying alive in the back of the map allowed them to get the spawns for this hard point right now. 28 seconds remaining on it, and Prodigy, they're trying to go for another team push, a 3-man team push this time around. Chilean, he's trying to go huge there, but it's not going to happen. Hoping and Gaidra combine for a whole lot of kills. Claw, he still has control of that spawn, and it's working out dividends for Rebellious. They were able to get straight back into it, but they're going to give it up this time. Rotate relatively early over towards the Graveyard hardpoint, which is next up. That Trinity Rocket, not finding anything there. Gaidra trying to stay alive on the hill for the scrap time, and here as we rotate, it's going to be Beeson, the only one anywhere near that hard point, but the spawns have flipped and he is getting flanked from behind.
Chileans not only has the most amount of time gained for his team, but the most amount of kills. Rixie had like 40 points to his name after like the first 2 hard points. Since then, hasn't got a single point of hill time. It's all being Chileans. Not only that, he's also getting the rotations. We saw that overdrive play. He is a man on a mission and trying to do everything he can to get his team this victory. This is that Chileans showing up on Championship Sunday that we talked about in the pregame.
We're so used to it after the years that he's been competing. He is absolutely one of the best players in our scene, always has been up there with the best. Never really been able to prove himself internationally. I mean, they did do very well, obviously, at that one COD champs, but since then, he hasn't done the best overseas, but here, he is still one of the best players. Killerpie now, he's trying to stay alive on the hill, chilling guns down Scrism, and he is getting loud.
Yeah, in the process of us talking so much about Rebellious, Prodigy have still held on to that lead, and now it's a 40-point differential between these two. It was only roughly 10 points, give or take. Who was going to have it? Prodigy, they're doing what they constantly do in the hard points that we've seen when they're playing on the main stage. It's close for like the first full rotation and a half, and then Prodigy start to get, you know, those 20 points, those 25 points of hills when they shut out their team and just gain on that lead. They're doing that now. They're winning the key engagements, and they're only 6 points away from breaking 200.
Here we go, Rebellious. You've got control. You need to maintain it and get the last 25 seconds on this hard point right now. A few players from Prodigy are going to be pushing in on this wall run from Showers. Make that all 4 of them, and they break it just like that. That is nuts there. But one player left alive. It is the man Chilean. He gets the 2-piece. Can't find the third, but Claw is there to clean up shop, but not able to get back onto the hard point. They're going to rotate back in towards mid and give that one up, but they do have good mid control here. Gaidra, though, he has actually managed to get his active camo, and he still has those scorches available. He's on a wide wall run here. He's going for the flank, and no one yet to get complete control over mid.
Gaidra dropped. Would you have liked to have seen the score streaks get broken out by Prodigy on that commissary hardpoint? They're probably saving it for the central rooftop, but maybe stopping Rebellious from getting those extra few points could make a bit of a difference. Would you agree?
I'd have to agree with you on that point. I mean, it's definitely the point where if they can just build on that and stop any kind of push coming from Rebellious, they're going to be able to shut this one down sooner than we anticipated. And just as you said before, all of a sudden Prodigy, they're managing to get 25 or more points on the board every single hard point here. Gaidra still with that active camo to use. Scrism, he's going to be fighting Rixie on that hard point. He'll find the kill there. And now with only a few seconds left here. Rotations are in full effect. Rebellious, they have the spawns. This is where they need to hold down on the money hill that is the cell block.
And was less than 20 points for them to walk away was map number 1, Rebellious, so they're in a very difficult situation. Let's watch Prodigy and Gydra, who's just actually popped his payload. It is the active camo. Can he break it? Picks up one. Second player was spotted in the doorway and does clean up the kill. Clutching up for his team. The only one around was Beastin. He's just been forced into the spawn. Score streaks coming out, and these are the nails in the coffin for the guys over at Rebellious. Prodigy doing what we said midway through this hard point of keeping it close during the first half and then just running away. We'll see Squism on your screen there. Second to the right, just getting loud. And then Hopi, the man, as we call him. We were calling him the boy the other day, but my God, is he a man today? And what a performance by Prodigy.
Prodigy going up 1-0 in the series. Rebellious. There's tons left in that tank, though. Don't you worry. Game 1 in the books. Fellas, let's go over that hard point a little bit. We're going to take